Jose Automotive Reviews. And guys, thanks for coming to the channel. And today we have the 2021 Ford Bronco. Now there was a patent that was done in February regarding the Ford Bronco. This is before it was introduced, before we had any idea of what the Ford Bronco would look like. We had hints and clues. Well, the wait has been over and a new Bronco has arrived. And it has been revealed, but none has been sold yet. We have reservations waiting, and people are picking out their options. Now let's go back in time. And at an earlier time in February, patents were filed by Ford and had potentially previewed not only the design features, but the patents are believed has to show the removable doors in the roof and roll cage, and as well as removable doors like the Jeep Wrangler. We're sure we know about the removable doors. We know that they are awesome. But the question remains, what if you crash the 2021 Bronco when the doors are removed? Well, a new patent has possibly been revealed that showed this safety feature that will offer protection in a scenario that an accident happens when the doors are removed. We're going to try to explain this the best that we can. Now, this patent was filed by Ford on February 16th of 2018 and published by the United States Patent and Trademark Office on February the 4th, 2020. Now, the patent shows how a telescoping section would extend from an A-pillar to protect the occupants during a crash if the doors are removed. Now, according to the patent, the telescoping section will be in a retracted position in normal driving conditions. And let's take a look at some of these. We're going to go back a little bit farther here. Now, if a crash happens, an inflator will activate and deploy the extending crash barrier, which would be plastic, metal, or any suitable material, including a combination thereof. Now, according to the patent, this is designed to keep the occupants inside the cabin and prevent them from falling out of the vehicle when the doors are removed. Now, when the barrier deploys, the airbags will also activate. Now, there's going to be multiple telescoping sections could also be added to the door panels, according to the patent filing. Now, we're talking about multiple telescoping sections. Now, if these details are correct, then the Ford Bronco will have a huge safety advantage over the Wrangler. As the Wrangler doesn't have any kind of protections if the doors are removed. You're basically out of luck, Chuck. You're going to be tossed out of the vehicle. We don't want this to happen. We want a safe SUV. Now, these numbers that you see here is the sections that will show this multiple telescoping sections. The door panel, according to the patent, as you see, those numbers represents the different sections of the telescoping. As you see, the number 40, 26, 30, 34, 20, 25, 42, 40. Now, when these things deploy, they'll deploy to prevent you from coming outside of the vehicle, keeping you inside and safe. Now, furthermore, a separate patent shows that the door hinge assembly, which you see in number 84 and looks like 46, 84, and 46, which is written in two different places, as you can see here. Now, which incorporates a latch, allowing the doors to be removed. As always, these patent designs may not necessarily be added to the production vehicle, and we don't know that, but it looks increasingly likely that as this isn't the first time Ford has filed patents for removable doors. No one knows when Ford's going to introduce this kind of safety technology that they've brought into the Bronco. We don't know nothing of it yet. thus yet, but more is to be revealed. But Ford has confirmed, the different safety features, which we'll talk about and get into a little bit more detail. Now, let's take a look at some of these features. And it's hard to explain it if you're not an engineer, but we'll take a closer look at it. Let's see. We'll go through the different placements of this. It is believed that with this tubular system will deploy. So they got it over here. It's on both sides of the, as you can see, the numbers are indicated on both sides of the vehicle. Now, this is showing a tubular system. You got figure 16, and you have figure 17, and you have the different cross sections. And then you have, this is a tubular system, and this is the and you can see figure 18 too. Horizontal and vertical. It's hard to see and understand what's happening here without having the patent explained to you by a Ford engineer or discussing it in detail. But we can only think and only know that Ford has thought about these. Now, I've heard of Ford House also having the awesome technology, rollover protections, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail secondly. Now, the 2021 Ford Bronco and the NHTSA and the IIHS ratings and safety features. Now, the NHTSA covers the car's safety and overall security features and reports them on a 5-star basis. Now, every section of the car's safety feature is covered and combined into an overall rating. The 2021 Bronco hasn't yet been reviewed by the NHTSA. At the time of this, at the time that this is being said, they're not, it's not happening yet. The overall rating, the overall front star rating, the overall front drive side, the front passenger side, the overall side star rating, combined side barrier and pole rating, front seat, combined side barrier and pole rating, rear seat, side barrier driver, side barrier rear passenger, overall side pole star rating, and the rollover star rating, and overall side barrier. Now, the 2021 Ford Bronco comes in different trims and customization options. The base model Bronco without any alternative is going to cost you $28,500. But how safe is the 2021 Bronco? Now, with the price point, it competes with the Jeep Wrangler and the Toyota 4Runner, both of which are worthy competitors. Bronco reviews a period of dependable craftsmanship since its first generation, which came out in 1977. Since its commencement, the Bronco configuration changed, and I believe that was 1966 when the Bronco first came out. But the dependable craftsmanship was started in 1977. Now, since its commencement, the Bronco configuration changed once in a while, which just added to the popularity. Now, following the declining interest for the two-door SUVs during the 1990s, Ford ended the Bronco two-door SUV during the 1990s, and Ford ended the Bronco production as well after 1996 model year, substituting it with the four-door Ford Expedition and the bigger Ford Excursion. But the craze of the Ford Bronco survived till today, with its relaunch being one of the sturdiest SUVs available. The American SUV is authoritatively one of the safest, if not the safest model from the previous year. The Bronco would be more secure than the Wrangler. It looks like it though in the pictures. Let's take some more. Let's get back to the beautiful Bronco. These are the deployable tubes that will come out and protect you in the midst of an accident. This is just some of the, you can take a look at some of the drawings of this, but it's not explaining how it will deploy. But we know that the the up arrow is showing something here. And these are different angles. I don't know, if you know more about this, just go ahead and write it in the comments. It's hard to decipher what is happening here. But it does look quite promising. We know 28 vertical, the horizontal, figure 11, figure 10, figure 9 shows the deployment. And again, there is the Ford Bronco right there in your face. Now, with regards to the safety standards of the vehicle, from the shape of its body structure to the quality, Ford is providing the Bronco with to how perfectly responsive the safety features in the time of a collision. There are two dependable ratings, the NHTSA ratings and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the IIHS, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. These two are government and independent administration associations on the testing on the security and safety provided by each vehicle. The IIHS reports safety dependencies based on different collision tests that they conduct. Now, what standout safety features make the 2021 Ford Bronco safe? Now, Ford has been sticking around for a pretty long time and enhancing its models with more features and technologies that are up to date and capable of not just protecting the occupant in a collision, but also avoiding a collision beforehand. Time and again, it has proved its safety standards to be the best standard. The American brand has always been sure to equip the latest features and the best of the driver assistance technology. One could ask for the Ford Bronco, then the Ford Bronco has sure to carry forward its reputation for safety and security. Now, the Ford Bronco is loaded with all tricks one needs to survive, not just in the wild trails, but also in the urban concrete jungle. But Ford has been all hush hush. We don't know anything about the safety technologies yet. The only thing we did is look back at the patent and try to come to some understanding of drawings that seemed quite technical and hard to explain. Now, under the current limelight anyway, the notable ones which Ford has shared with us at the launch press conference are mentioned here. Now, the safety standard features, personal safety standard systems can adapt to the deployment strategy of the safety devices according to the crash severity and occupant condition. Now, a collection of crash and occupant sensors provide information to the restraints control module. Now, during a crash, the restraint control modules may deploy the seatbelt pretensioners, one of both stages of the dual stage airbag based on the crash severity and occupant condition. Now, when it says occupant condition, it's talking about the weight of the occupant, the size of the occupant. These things the vehicle is measuring to make sure. I mean, that suspension and everything else also plays a part in the safety. Now, this is the different safety systems that are underneath the vehicle to protect the gas tank from rupturing or anything like that. And this also is good for off-road, off-road safety as well. And as you guys can see, the bars here, the rock bars, so the slide over rocks, there's a lot of protection. But not only is that protection here for the Ford Bronco, but the protection also stands for the passenger. You're talking about airbags. Now, a number of airbags, including the driver, the front row passenger, dual airbags, front row seat-mounted side airbags, advanced track with RSC, roll stability control. That's what we're looking for, baby. RSC is a trademark stabilizer system that minimizes the risk of overturning. It improves vehicle control on all driving surfaces, including snow, ice, gravel, rain, covered roads, and dry pavement. Now, lower anchors and tethers, anchors for children, that's another thing that it has. Now, the lower anchors are intended to be universally common means for installing child safety seats. Now, the top tether anchor is used for forward-facing child safety seats, in addition to the lower anchors in the vehicle safety belt. Now then you're talking about the TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system, which is an electronic system and that monitors the air pressure inside the tire in real time. Now the goal of the TPMS is to avoid traffic accidents, poor fuel economy, and increased tire wear due to underinflated tires. And you have the inflatable safety belts. Now, in vehicles equipped with Ford inflatable safety belt system, the outside rear seat passengers are protected by self-inflating seat belts. When the crash sensing system detects a collision, when inflated, the belt helps to distribute the force over a wider area and reduces the strain on the passenger body. Under normal condition, it operates as a standard safety belt. That's awesome. It's all the present technologies that you see in the SUV. This is just showing you the hardware and everything else that's offered, the space and everything else. But we're just going to get back to the bare knuckles accessories, Ford Broncos, just in a while. Now, the question is the Ford Bronco safe enough? Well, it is too early to say. Now, we will only know more as we edge closer and closer to the release date. Ford has been enjoying the stir that the Bronco has caused and keeping most of the details with themselves. With the safety features released, as far as now, it sure seems that it's going to be okay for the type of vehicle it is. But the Bronco has been habituated in the wild, and if you're looking to be 100% safe, the 2021 Bronco Ford hasn't been prioritizing the Bronco to do so yet. But you know they have, and it's only a matter of time before we see all the different safety features, and we'll see these patents at work, and we'll see the many different safety systems. Let's take a look at some of these different safety systems. Besides the suspension and the off-roadiness and the technology packages and everything else, that all plays a role. The 360 system, crash sensing technology, removable doors and the tubes and stuff like that that's in place that we know nothing of. Perhaps we'll zero in, and perhaps there'll be some writing on the plastic that'll let you know that there's tubular system, protective systems in here, as we look at these pictures and begin to look at them with a microscope. But until then, let's take a closer look at these drawings, at these patents that Ford revealed. If you have some idea of what these mean, feel free to write in the comments what you think. Obviously, we see the plastic and we see the triangular shapes for strength. We see the tubular system. We see something right here. We see the different drawings, LE 4240, and they got the different correlated numbers. We'll have to dig up the patent to see what the correlating numbers mean. Besides this is awesome, folks. This is A Automotive Reviews. Guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for sharing. A Automotive Reviews. We're out.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.